let's get started. Today's topic about Zoho Recruit is specifically themed around how you can enhance your virtual hiring experience. All right. So, moving on, um, every organization is different, and so is its hiring process. So, I often interact with a lot of recruiters, and I ask them how they would define their hiring process in a single word. Most say it is flexible, inclusive, non biased, strategic, effective, or even stringent. But, you know, in times like today, the most important question that we have to ask ourselves is your hiring process adaptable, right? It's been 6 months since the pandemic took over the globe. Like Ali mentioned, what just happened, right? All of us, started off the year on a very different note altogether. And then suddenly we faced this rather tough time, and life came to a standstill for a bunch of them. But businesses had to pause their operations. A lot of them have to move to their home offices, and the situation was no different for recruiters at all, right? So this is when remote hiring became the new normal. Recruiters still have to source, track, hire, but all of this from home. Well, a rather tricky situation for recruiters, but adaptability is what will help you, survive the competition. While the need for talent still remains the same in several industries, the medium of acquiring them has to be changed. Social distancing has now become a huge mandate, right? Which means there is absolutely no physical interactions. People cannot have a face-to-face interview. So in times like this, when do you know a hire is right for you? Okay. And is your ATS, is your applicant tracking system, or if your recruitment management system is adaptable to such a different time? Um, well, I think a bunch of challenges that we face right now is how do you hire remotely and how do you know if a candidate is the right match for a job? Secondly, how can you do all of this by reducing additional costs, right? Because if you have to advertise your job, you'll have to put in, that much more effort in ensuring that it reaches the right candidates. We help you figure out all of this, and we help you streamline all of this with Zoho Recruit, Zoho's applicant tracking system and recruitment management system that helps you bring all your important stakeholders, which is the applicants, which is the clients, and also your vendors, right onto one single platform. Okay. So now, for just the benefit of everyone, I'd like to give you a little introduction about Zoho Recruit. We provide three different solutions. One is exclusively for staffing agencies from mid-size to enterprise level. Then for corporate companies, for them to retain their company culture, yet find hires that stay with the organization and grow along with the organization for a longer time. Then we have a very new solution called Zoho Workily. This is exclusively for managing your temps end to end. Hire your temps, send them on site for a particular contract, generate their invoices, and also manage their timesheets and work and collaborate with your clients for all of this. Moving on, it takes us immense pride to show you that we're associated with popular companies across the world, and we have over 4,000 businesses that trust Zoho Recruit for their hiring needs. So we have OnePlus, we have Yokohama, we have Change.org that have been with Recruit for over half a decade right now. And the association and the interactions we have with them, the feedback that we get with them is absolutely amazing. This is a brief industry split of the Zoho Recruit's customer base. As you can see, HR and related services and the IT hardware is what constitutes majority of our customer base. And also what is interesting is the diversity of industries that we have, right? So we have retail, we have education, we have manufacturing, all of them, switch on to Zoho Recruit for different hiring needs. So this shows the diversity of the application and how well and flexible it is, across all the hiring process in the organizations, right? Um, Here's a few customers from the Middle East Africa family. We have Tyson Group, we have Salam Air, we have Jumeirah University. I'm sorry I haven't be able to include most of the names into this slide, but please do refer to Zoho Recruit's customers page on the website. I will share the link very shortly, where you can go see all our customer base and then reach out to us to know more about how they have streamlined their hiring processes with Zoho Recruit. So transitioning to remote hiring is easy with Zoho Recruit. Let's quickly dive into the product. I have broken down the product into 8 steps so that your virtual hiring process is that much more easier and adaptable on Zoho Recruit. So moving on, the first step is posting jobs, right? So as a recruiter, sending out periodic job requisitions, posting job descriptions, ensuring all the details about a particular job are properly mentioned on your job board is what gets you the right candidates. So this is achieved on Zoho Recruit in just a single click. Okay, we are integrated with Naukri, we're integrated with Dice, we're integrated with Gulf Talent, with Byte Job Board. I'm going to share my screen quickly and show you a live demo of how the job board integrations work. So this is the setup page of Zoho Recruit where all the modules have been categorized under that particular segment. All right. So we have users and control customization, and this is our job board hub. So I'm going to quickly show you the job board list that shows you all the job boards that we are integrated with. We have a lot of premier, niche, free, paid, and sponsored job boards. Okay, and these are categorized on the region that they are popular in. For example, we have Expertini that's available worldwide, right? Even Glassdoor is available worldwide, whereas Doctor Jobs is specific to Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi, and regions around this, right? So every time you want to post a job opening, go to your job opening page, select a job, okay, click on this particular record, okay, and then this is your job opening detail page, all right? So it lists everything that is there to know about a job, okay? We have created a quick shortcut, okay, that will help you publish this job, okay? This will redirect me to another page. I can either select a job board from here or find out which job board that I want to publish this to. Let's say, for example, I'm clicking on this job board, right? It takes me to a page. I'm so sorry, it's taking a minute to load, right? Right? So it'll ask you for a pop-up wherein you'll have to fill in your company ID and token ID, and then that's it. And then your job gets posted. So this is how you can post multiple jobs in just the click of a button. Now I'm going back to, so the next segment that we are moving on to is the remote jobs. All right. So we recently came up with this feature because we realized a lot of applicants who lost their job very, very unfortunately in the times of pandemic were looking out for a remote jobs or multiple jobs that they could take up to earn their livelihood. So this remote jobs helps recruiters to publish a job opening as a remote job specifically. All right. So as in when you're publishing a job, you can quickly go enable this, customize this remote job as a toggle button, and it gets displayed onto your career site or onto your job board wherever you're publishing this to. All right. So let me show you how this is done quick. Okay. So I'm going to go to setup again. Okay. And this is where I can go customize my remote job. Okay. I go to modules. I select on job openings. And when I scroll down, here is where the remote job toggle button has been enabled. This was done as a measure post pandemic to help recruiters, be able to publish remote jobs and ensure that applicants get access to these jobs quickly. Okay. So this has already been enabled. What you can also do is enable this onto your career site. I'm going to show this in the next step when I talk about career site. I'm going to talk a little more about career site in our next slide. So I go to jobs. All right. These are the filters. So when I click on edit filters, I'm going to enable this remote jobs as a toggle, and I'm going to update it. So when a candidate or an applicant is trying to search for a particular job, this is how he can filter the job openings and see which remote jobs are open for him. All right. So yes. All right. So custom careers page, like I spoke to you just now about custom careers page. Um, this is like, your website, your brand, everything, but that lists all your job openings in that particular format. All right. So you can create tailor-made a page that talks about the vision about your company, the values that it represents. Okay. Add all the open job openings, add in web forms, enable candidates to log in and apply for a job, write everything from one screen. All right. So this is how it would look like when you share on a social media platform, right? So we also have options wherein you can share a particular job or share that, so and so company is hiring, right? Bring out the word to applicants, broadcast this on social media, broadcast it on all your profile pages. So quickly showing how this works. And sorry to have to switch between, my screen and the product, right? So this is how a career site would look like. Okay. I've already created one page just for the benefit of everyone. So this sort of saves us some time. Okay. Upon clicking, it will take me to my careers page. Okay. Wherein I have, filters, wherein I have the jobs that are listed. If it's a full time, if it's a part time, if it's a contract job. All right. Okay. So if you wish to edit this page, all you have to do is click on the three dots here, click on customize, and there you are. So you can, either edit the header section, either edit jobs, either edit the footer. You can change the appearance of how your jobs look like. Okay. You also have the embed code wherein you can embed this page onto your native website. All right. So it is that simple and that easy. One more quick thing I'd like to mention to you right now is our portal setup. All right. So every time you want to, publish a link, it could be your vendor portal, it could be a career site. You can either have a default domain that we provide you, or you can have a subdomain. Okay. For example, a default domain is zilker.zohorecruit.com/careers. So you will have zohorecruit.com that will help you host this domain for you. But if you want to create your own subdomain, it would be careers.zilker.com. So every time you want to publish a job opening, you can either select it to be on your default domain, or if you wish to update to a subdomain, you can also configure that onto your career site. I'll go back to the presentation now. Please feel free to pop in any questions on the question tab. My colleague Aruna is here to assist you, as we go through the presentation. Moving on to the next slide. Yes. So everybody on the poll said that they wanted to find talent faster. All right. Every job opening that we hundreds of candidates applying for that particular job. All right. Sifting through every resume is going to take us a lot of time, right? So to help us save time, we have a quick feature called the source boosters, right? Zoho Recruit has integrated with Indeed, Monster, Career Builder, Resume Library, and Next. These 5 popular job boards to help you quickly search for candidate databases right from within Zoho Recruit. All right. So I will show you again quickly how this can be done. Right. My screen is live. Okay. So we are going to go into the candidates module. Okay. This is where the source boosters is mentioned. This is on the right corner of your window. So I'm going to say import from resume library. All right. So I'm going to search for, let's say, a Java developer. Okay. And I'm going to search in New York, perhaps. Okay. Or, okay. So I'm going to find resumes. Let's see if there are any Java developer openings. Yeah. So it popped up so many results for me. Okay. So upon scrolling or hovering over the mouse, I can see the skills. Okay. I can see their hometown. I can see if they have specified a certain CTC that they're looking for. And then I can quickly add this onto my candidate database. It's as simple as that. Also, what is interesting is you can filter your candidates, okay, by their compensation package, if they're willing to relocate, if they're looking for a particular permanent job or a part-time job or a contract job. Okay. And also you can even, search in a particular radius that you're looking for. Let's say you want your candidate to be closer to office. Okay. Or you want your candidate to only to ensure that when the pandemic is over, you want them to be able to travel quickly. So let's say you can zero in on a 20-mile radius or a 40-mile radius. All right. So this helps us achieve uh, even that particular need, and this can be done fast. Within seconds you have your candidate ready. All right. Moving on to the next feature that we have on the list today is the candidate portal. Yes, very, very important. All right. So at Zoho Recruit, our whole idea is to ensure there is seamless collaboration. Okay. That everybody has a self-service portal, that they don't have to wait to hear from somebody, or be worried or be anxious about what is happening with their interview process. Okay. So this is how a candidate portal would look like. Okay, so this is I have created a test account for Jennifer Campbell. This is how a candidate portal's window would look like. She has updated her details here, professional details, address details. She's also added her skills, okay, and given a rating. Okay, you can also add your education details, any previous experience you already have. Also upload your resume right here. Okay. Yes, that is how quick and easy it is for me to view this. All right. Another feature that the candidate portal gives you is to view your jobs. These are the current openings that have been shortlisted for Jennifer's profile. All right. And here she can view her applied jobs. So this is such a huge benefit for candidates to know what job openings that are suitable for their profile, and to also see the applied jobs right from their portal. Here is how a candidate portal would look like I already showed you on the screen. Moving on to the next thing is we have, yes, this is again a very, very recent feature from Zoho Recruit. This is called the data enrichment, right? There are a bunch of candidates sometimes who come into your database, but at that point of time, you wouldn't have found a suitable job for them, right? But they remain in your database, and then you keep their profile on hold to ensure they match something later on, okay? Data enrichment helps you update their resumes on the click of a button. Okay, let's say this year I built my profile and I've learned 2 to 3 skills additionally, and I've updated this on my public LinkedIn profile or my any other public profile on a professional platform. So Zia's data enrichment pulls this data and updates your database periodically. All right. So the next time you're processing this candidate for a particular job, you already know that their database or their details are already updated in Zoho Recruit. So this is how quick and easy data enrichment helps you. Our next feature is the skill set mapping. All right. So let's say you have one particular job opening and you have about 50 candidates who have applied for this. All right. Now, without any bias or without any preconceived notions, how do you know that this particular candidate is a fit for your job, right? So what you can do inside Zoho Recruit is give your skills a rating. Either you can say that these are the must-have skills that a candidate should have, and these are some nice-to-have skills that your candidate can have. Okay, so what the candidate skill set does is it goes through the resume, finds for these relevant keywords in your candidate's resumes, and gives you a rating. Okay, so right next to your candidate record, you will have a rating upon 5. Okay, so it will be filtered in the order of the rating, and this helps you to schedule interviews quickly. Another advanced feature for the same thing is the recruiting AI platform by Zia. All right. This is how easy, simple, and self-explanatory this feature is, right? So Zia helps you to automatically, screen and identify the best candidate matches, the most probable matches for your jobs, right? So let's say Zach is an 87% match for my job opening. Okay. I can also process Quinn's resume and also Wendy's resume. So I have 3 applicants who I can phone in for an interview or do a video call, and I can know that okay, among the 3 people that I have, this particular person is the right fit for my job. All right. So this is absolutely AI automated, and this is really, really advanced. We have a lot of customers who gave us amazing feedback when we had released this feature. So I'm sure this will help you out when you can, just sign up for Zoho Recruit and see how this feature works. Our next feature in this in Zoho Recruit's virtual hiring process is the Phonebridge. All right. So Zoho Recruit has integrated with over 50 telephony and SMS vendors because, come on, guys, communication is absolutely essential, right? You have to communicate with your clients. You have to communicate with your candidates about, what is the update on the resume? Has it been processed? When is their interview scheduled? Okay. If they are moving further to the next round, okay, when is the offer letter due, right? So you cannot keep a candidate waiting. And this telephony or this Phonebridge integration helps you to create amazing and positive candidate experiences, right? So you will always have, candidate in the know about where your hiring process is headed and where do they stand in this particular process, right? We are integrated with Twilio, we have Amazon Web Services, AT&T, Ring Central, and we have a lot more that are coming up and get it added to the list. So every time you make a phone call from Zoho Recruit, you can schedule an interview, all right? You can record your conversation, make notes while you're on the conversation, and also tag these notes to your next interviewer in the hierarchy, right? So it is as simple and as easy as making a direct Skype phone call on this, right? So that is the communication part of it. And moving on to the pre-screening, yes. So how do you assess or how do you evaluate a candidate in a virtual environment, right? So at Zoho Recruit, we provide you three kinds of assessments, okay? The first two, the recruiter and the interviewer assessments, are to collaborate with your team, okay? While you're evaluating a candidate, you need to know if this candidate is a good fit or no, right? And when you're not working together, you need to have tools that help you, to create a guided workflow for the next person to take this up, right? So let's say I did one interview, okay, and I've given a certain rating for a candidate. I want my colleague Aruna to take this up. All right. So we provide you with a comment box with a rating section wherein she knows the feedback that I've given for a particular candidate, what and how I have rated them, and then gradually and logically it flows into the next step. All right. So let me show you quickly how all of these three assessments can be configured on Zoho Recruit. Okay, my screen is live. I am moving on to the assessments. Yes. So this is how the assessment module looks like. All right. Um, we have created a few test accounts just for the benefit of everyone to understand. Okay. This is how, okay. We have created a bunch of questions for a behavioral interview assessment for a marketing analyst. All right. Then there is a bunch of questions for background screening. Okay. I will show you how you can create one. Okay. I'm going to create a candidate assessment. Okay. Here is how I can add in a question. Let's say, um, what skill set, sorry, do you have with regard to digital marketing? All right. I'm going to add this question, right? I'm going to give this a title. Okay. I can also rate this question. Okay. I can make it a mandatory question. Okay. And I can edit the properties of this. All right. So I can either make it a radio question, a drop down question, or a yes and no question, as simple as that. Okay. What I can also do is clone from existing competencies, right? So I can already set in a default set of questions. Okay. Create a template and feed it in Zoho Recruit much earlier. Okay. So these are some questions that what type of working environment do you prefer? For example, how do you typically manage projects? Okay. Have you ever had to manage multiple deadline sets for the same day or week? How do you do it? Okay. And then I save it, right? So these questions get added to the assessment. And then I save it. Okay. And list round 2. And then I save it. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. Yes. So your questionnaire is ready. So what you can do is you can either um, okay, so you can either attach this as a web form after a candidate fills their application on your career site, or you can send it as an online link for them, to be able to view, answer it, and send it back to you via email, right? So I also have a few screenshots. Okay, so this is how you could create. This is a perhaps a template of how a questionnaire for a Java developer could look like. Okay, or this is how your recruiter or interview assessment could be, right? So you can ask your interviewer or your recruiter admin to rate a candidate based on their communication skills, listening skills, presentation skills. You can give them an overall rating here, and you can also add comments. Okay, and once you save it, it gets saved onto the candidate's record, right? So right here, I'd like to mention, one of our customers who is based out of Australia. They're called Exceptional Technology. They're a company that helps autistic professionals find and place jobs for them, right? So this was a very, very important turning point for us to understand how well Zoho Recruit worked, because they were able to create 39 set of assessments that were specific to autistic professional community, right? You could design games, you could design puzzles, and since most of these professionals could not go to a standard interview round, we were able to help and assess them in a way that was apt for them, right? So we were able to hire coders, developers, designers, and it was absolutely like a breakthrough for us. So just a quick heads up I wanted to give you on one such customer that we had. Okay, so it's also important for us to collaborate with our clients, right? So you don't want to do phone calls, you don't want to do WhatsApp messages anymore, right? So we wanted to create a self-help portal for all our clients, right? So this enables clients to create job openings, okay, to send feedbacks on candidates that have been submitted for their assessment. Okay, they can also work along with their internal team, okay, and review applicants and make interview decisions. I will show you how a client portal looks like in Zoho and Zoho Recruit. All right. So we have one particular this is the candidate portal. Yes, so this is my client portal home. All right, so I have created one particular interview. Okay, I can see the status of each interview. I can see the assessed candidates. I can see the interviews that are lined up. Okay, taking this a little one, a notch higher, clients can also see the job openings that are associated under that specific client name. So let's say, for example, Zilker is my client. Okay, Zilker can view all the jobs. Okay, all the assigned recruiters. Okay, what city it is in and what is the target date. All right. I can also see the candidates associated with them. Okay, the interview schedule, any interviews that have been scheduled for that, and also see who of my teammates are in loop for hiring and evaluating these candidates. So all of this, a completely easy, seamless transition for the clients to sort of see where their jobs are, where their candidates are, right? So this keeps both the recruiter and the candidate and the client all on the same page. Let's move on to the next feature. Uh, we have the video interview. Yes, obviously, like Ali mentioned also in his presentation earlier, that right now a video collaboration tool is a mandate, right? Because you have your office meetings, you have your interviews, you have your training, everything requires a video platform, right? So at Zoho Recruit, to enable recruiters are able to conduct virtual interviews, we have come up with two types of interviews, right? So first one is the asynchronous video interviews, okay? And then the next one is the live video interview, okay? So I'm just going to hop back a little and explain to you what an asynchronous video interview is, okay? So let's say the candidate is in a different time zone than yours, okay? And both of you aren't able to come to a certain time wherein you can conduct a live interview with them, right? In situations like this, you can make an asynchronous video link and send it to them via an email, all right? So the candidate can view all the questions like it is mentioned in the image here for your reference, okay? Click on each question, answer it on a video, right? And submit the interview and send it back to you, all right? So how does this help the candidates? Because it allows candidates to record and answer questions at their convenience, right? And how does it help the recruiters? Okay, so you can review this and also share it to your clients whenever they request for one, right? So this works, you know, this is convenient for both the candidate and your clients. Okay, so when you review the answers, this is how you can view the screen of an asynchronous live video. So you can give them your recommendation. Okay, you can add in a comment if you wish to, and you can submit, right? Okay, live interview is pretty self-explanatory. Zoho Recruit has integrated with Zoho Meeting to provide you access to a video interface. All right, so you can quickly go to your interviews, schedule either an asynchronous video or a live interview video. This link is shared via an email to your candidate. They can click on the link, join the video, and then submit this to your clients when the whole interview is done. All right, so just a quick note, I'd like to mention to all of you that as part of our COVID-19 relief efforts, Zoho Recruit is providing free video credits to all recruiters till the end of this year, right? Because we want to enable uh, recruiters to have access to this, to not worry about cost, and to ensure that there is absolutely no, pause or a halt in their work, right? So we're enabling work for them, and this is our little effort to ensure that work does not stop for recruiters. So I've mentioned the link here, and my colleague Aruna will put it in the chat box right there. So you can quickly go view on the link, right? So this is where you can view all the details about our remote recruitment campaign. The next important feature is about sending out virtual offer letters, right? So when you cannot meet a candidate in person, you can generate virtual offer letters and you can send it to them and get an e-signature or an electronic signature from them. Zoho Recruit has integrated with Zoho Sign, DocuSign, and Adobe Sign, right? So we have three integration partners. Okay, so recruiters can now virtually create a template of an offer letter, send it to them via an email, and get an online confirmation with an electronic signature. So it's as simple as that. Followed by this is our last step, wherein you can quickly convert a hire into an employee on Zoho People. All right. So our integration with Zoho People is absolutely instrumental because you're still in Zoho's ecosystem, right? So you've hired your candidate. Okay, now he's a hire for you. Now you have to ensure that this hire becomes an employee, finds himself in that work environment, right? And that is where Zoho People's role comes into play. All right. Zoho People is a very beautiful workforce management system, and my colleague Princey will give you, a little more in depth about how remote working and how remote workforce management can be effortlessly done with Zoho People. All right. So I am going to end the session quickly by giving you a few useful links about Zoho Recruit. So our What's New page gives you our periodic updates, release notes about any enhancements that we have done, any changes that we have brought in the UI. Our Twitter page gives you access to all that is happening, all that is brewing at Zoho's, Zoho Recruits team. You can also contact us on our LinkedIn channel, where our support team or our marketing team is available to assist you with any queries. All right. You can also visit Zoho Recruit's website for more details about our pricing plans, subscriptions, our customer base, the features and functionalities that we have in store for you. Okay. And any other questions, please feel free to write to support@zohorecruit.com. We're gladly awaiting any queries that you have, and we can assist you, or perhaps give you a demo of the product. So please do write to us at support. And the questions tab is open right now. So please fill in any questions that you have about the product, about any feature, anything that you'd like us to reach out to you about, or anything, any question that you have, please reach out to us. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. I really hope you guys found this session useful, and yes, stay safe and take care, all of you.